The worst possible mistake you can make when buying a shotgun for home defense is blindly trusting the advice you find online. The internet is filled with outdated shotgun information, and believing it could cost you your life. In this video, I'm breaking down 6 shotgun myths that refuse to die, so you don't make these critical mistakes. The first myth is you don't have to aim a shotgun. It's just like any other firearm. If they're over about 2 feet away, 1 foot away, you still have to aim a shotgun. You still have to worry about that front sight. You still have to make sure you're accurate. You can't just willy-nilly just point it in the right direction. You've got to practice. You got to put that front sight on where you want to hit. And what you're trying to do, when you line that up, you get that sight in between. Now, this shotgun here is using what they call the ghost ring sights, and the back sight is round and the front sight is just your standard red dot or fiber optic little red dot on there. And you put it in the center of it, and when the two line up, and if you're on target, you pull the trigger. And that's kind of the goal with most shotguns. Not all of them are ghost ring sights, but it is like the quickest to acquire that target most of the time. The other style has a groove in the back, and you just have a front sight, and you just line it up, and when it's level and lined up and you can just see the front red dot and it's lined up and it's just sitting right at the very top of it, pull your trigger. But also, you gotta worry about left and right, and you gotta worry about trigger pull. If you're not proficient, you're gonna pull down on it. You're gonna jerk it down, or you're gonna anticipate that recoil, and people sometimes jerk around. You've gotta be proficient at it. You've gotta get it pointed at the target. So the second myth is birdshot is non-lethal for home defense. I would have argued that until recently. I've messed around with some of these 20 gauges here more recently, and the birdshot is growing on me that I am doing more and more testing into some ballistics gel and through walls and things like that. I'm coming around to it, I'll be honest. Not all ammunition is equal. You have to do some testing, just like I'm doing right now. You have to get out and practice and be proficient, figure out what the recoil is, figure out if you can handle it, and figure out kind of what your scenarios are going to be. Birdshot normally, until more and more recently, was always a lead shot, and it was normally very fine. Birdshot being the key word. It's a bigger pattern, very fine BBs. There used to be old saying about like peppering them up. And at distance, I don't believe at a further distance out, say maybe 20, 30 yards away, birdshot could be less lethal at way out distances or further distances. But at closer distances, like steel birdshot, things like that, it's growing on me. I'm coming around to the idea. But lead shot at further distances, yeah, it's probably not lethal. So the third myth is that shotguns are useless after 20 yards. So to say that a shotgun is not lethal at 20 yards or 30 yards away is just not accurate, because a slug, although a 1 ounce lead slug can hit at 100 yards with an accuracy of staying maybe about 1 inch of drop, 2 inches of drop at most, and then saying in the next breath that buckshot is going to fall off at 50 yards and birdshot at 20 yards. It's just not accurate, because what happens if they compensate for bullet drop and they aim 10 inches higher? The velocity still, when it's hitting a slug, when it's hitting at 100 yards, it's still moving over 800 or 900 feet per second. That is well above lethal. Now, a lot of these steel shots are like 1,100 feet per second out of the barrel. If you do the math on some of those and you get out 100 yards, those things are still moving 700, 800 feet per second, and that is more than lethal. So the fourth myth is all shotgun ammo behaves the same. There are hundreds of different types of ammunition out there for the shotgun. The reason there is because every one of them have a different characteristic, have a different pattern, have a different use. These ammunitions are consistent is just not even close to being the truth. That's why they make so many different ammunitions, because people use the shotgun for so many different things. The fifth myth is shotguns are too big to use for home protection. No, they're not. This is a 16-inch barrel. This is an A300. I have shotguns that have 12-inch barrels. I got shotguns that have 24-inch barrels. Yeah, I'm not gonna clear my house with a 24-inch barrel. So the reason the shotgun, I believe, is one of the best home defense weapons out there is because of the barrel length, is because of the ammunition that you can choose. You can pick so many different ammunitions to have for your home. Aiming a shotgun is a lot easier. Until recently, some of the bullet penetration through multiple walls is not like a 5.56 or a 308. You're going to be able to secure your thread a little bit better with the types of ammunition that you have to choose from. Also, if you have a pump shotgun, that's the most famous noise when it's getting cocked and loaded. There's one for every size. There's the 410, there's the 20 gauge, and there's the 12 gauge. And there's a 16 gauge, but the 12 gauge and the 410 though, they're coming around. I really like that 410. So you have so many varieties of shotguns that there's no such thing as a shotgun is too big for home defense. And the sixth myth is pump shotguns never fail. So the truth is all shotguns can fail. The pump shotgun, if you don't clean it enough, if you don't oil it, if you short stroke one, if you leave it out in the rain, you let something get rusty, and if you don't take care of them, anything can fail. Anything mechanical can fail. Some people think because the shotgun is just a simple firearm and not very complicated firearm that you don't have to take care of it, that you don't have to maintain it. And that's just not the case. All these firearms, they need to be oiled. You need to cycle them. You need to shoot them. You need to make sure you have the right ammunition for them. You have to take care of these firearms if you want your life dependent on it. Those are the 6 myths about a shotgun. Take care of your firearms, keep them clean. These things are here to protect your life. Remember to go out and practice and be safe with your firearms. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to this video and share it with that new guy who's just getting into firearms. And remember this: God, family, country.